Welcome to the Absurdly Nerd Podcast.
You guys want to talk about the first big bit of news this week is Xbox spending $68.7 billion. Is that right?
Somewhere
like that.
$68 billion.
Yeah, to purchase Activision-Blizzard.
Yeah, I've been waiting all week to talk about this.
Yes, me too. And I want to say the first thing I thought of when this was all said, when I saw this, was, does that mean Xbox is going to get World of Warcraft?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
dude. Because I want to play it so bad. Never played it, and just see and hear people talk about it. And then now Xbox gets it. So how are they going to do MMOs on consoles? Like, how is it going to be?
Well, they've done it before. I don't know. I guess Xbox hasn't done it before, but I'm not confident.
The online, the Marvel, DC Online and stuff.
Yeah, there's plenty of MMOs.
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, that's one, a big one that can be successful on console. But I'm not that confident that World of Warcraft's going to come to console. Until I hear something, I just don't know right now if it. I don't know. It could save World of Warcraft, which is went in a bad direction lately. Getting it to people that have never had a PC could be the thing that reignites it. So maybe. I do think it would transition smoothly. I don't see why it hasn't happened to this point anyway.
What was the first thing you thought about, Eric, when you saw the news?
It's a big buy. Like, I thought Bethesda was a big deal. Then buying Bethesda, and then I was like, I read this, and I was like, there's no way. I was like, this is a rumor. It's
10 times bigger. The deal is.
Yeah, this is a
insane,
big deal.
Well, if you think about it from a money standpoint, like Call of Duty makes nearly $2 billion every year. In that ballpark. So you look through the years just off of Call of Duty, they'll make their money back, in 30 years. That sounds like a long time, but for a big corporation like that, that's not a bad investment because they plan on being around for years to come. You throw on top of that all of these other things that will help sell Xbox consoles, and then that just compounds the use of this deal for them.
No, I'm really excited that maybe we'll get to see properties that Activision doesn't really care. Like, they're the Call of Duty machine. They may put out a new Crash, may put out a new Spyro, new Guitar Hero. I mean, they own all of it now, like all of the properties.
Here's something else I just randomly thought of. They said they're not going to take, Call of Duty off of PlayStation. So I think what they're referring to is Warzone. They're not going to take Warzone off, but I think they're going to do what PlayStation did with Marvel Avengers. And put like exclusive skins, exclusive maps. If they wanted to be, they could do exclusive Warzone map if you're an Xbox player.
You achieve what you want to by making the maps exclusive to Xbox, because you can sell consoles to the people that are die-hard Warzone fans, but you're also playing nice. You're not that awful company by taking it away from PlayStation fans.
Yeah, I do think the win-win of the Call of Duty, they could easily say, play it for Game Pass day one, or you could buy it on PlayStation for $70. They could still. I mean, that's still money in their pocket either way.
Either way,
right?
They win.
Yeah,
they can cash in on the PlayStation install base, but also you're saying, there's going to be plenty of people that would rather save that money every year and just go ahead and buy the Xbox.
And then once you get Game Pass, they can always. There's always when you're looking at Game Pass, there's a plus. Is if you have a PC, you can get Game Pass on your PC as well.
Think about the library of games once this deal is finalized. I worry about how it will encroach on indie games coming to Game Pass.
Yes.
Because the deal is getting to be too sweet.
If
all of these first-party games, now to be first-party games, that's going to be a huge library of games that they're giving you for free. They're not going to get all these smaller games that I personally love so much. Just because once you're over 200 games, how much more value can you provide for $15 a month?
I do think once this deal is finalized, there will be a price increase. I think they have to. There has to be a price increase.
It's reasonable. Yeah, there will be plenty of people mad about that, but it's reasonable.
Yeah,
the money they just spent.
I'm sure the Bethesda drop was over 20 games, I think, and we didn't get a price. We didn't get a price increase on that, but I do think there will be one. And it's getting too big. It's getting big.
I agree. So, what property are you most excited for, Cole?
Like Diablos, and then of course World of Warcraft is the one that I'm most pumped for. But I saw in an interview Phil Spencer was naming off some, and when the CEO names off some games that aren't super popular, but he knows them, that makes me happy. It makes me more excited. Like, I've never been a Guitar Hero guy, but he mentioned Guitar Hero by name. And just, like, imagine if they brought it back and did it the right way and didn't microtransaction us to death with it. Like,
I am a huge Guitar Hero guy, and I've missed it dearly. And I feel like Microsoft is the perfect company to bring it back and to make the peripherals as good as they can be, and to reignite that spark. That it's a whole genre of games that just kind of died. Like they have, aside from what Ubisoft made the DJ game Fuser. Aside from that, there's been nothing.
Not really anything.
I mean, they had
that little reboot they had.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what they need to do
wasn't in the spirit of the classic Guitar Hero games.
Exactly. What they need to do with the Guitar Heroes is go back to arcade style playing. Like, make it cartoony graphics, but make it like well done, tastefully made. Like, even a cell shaded. I was thinking this cell shaded would be dope. Like, just have the. Then you could have, like, if you wanted to do loot boxes, you could do it for, like, guitars. You could do it for gear for your character, and you could do it for songs. I mean, songs is a slippery slope. That's when you start charging people, and I don't
That's
like
the only
that.
thing they have done to this point that I know that was microtransactions.
Yeah, I think the Guitar Hero reboot had the buying the songs. I know Fuser had buying songs.
I'm fine with that. I don't really want cosmetics to be paid for. Like, that's what I loved about the Guitar Hero games is I felt like everything I was doing, I was earning a little more to customize my guy with. That was kind of the carrot on the stick that led me through the game. The DLC, I mean, that's what songs are in that game. They give you a good library, and then they give you DLC to download. And I didn't feel like I was being price gouged paying $2 for a song that I liked.
Thinking about this, and I know this is all pure speculation and wishing, but if they did this Guitar Hero the right way, and I'm leaning back on Forza because I'm not a race car guy, don't care about racing games, but they made it to where, like, wheel spins, when you get a car, credit, if they did that with Guitar Hero,
oh, it'd be huge.
I would do it. I mean, I would probably play all the games, all the songs on the easiest difficulty, but I would do it.
It's fun still. Well, Guitar Hero is an interesting one because you could put it in Game Pass. You can't give them the guitar you need to play.
Right.
So you could sell guitars by putting it in Game Pass. And so it's like, that's a way around it, I think. You're selling a subscription, but you're still kind of getting your money because you can charge $70 for, this peripheral that people need. And a lot of times people want to have
anyway.
4.
Yeah, I'll say more than one.
Want to have, So you can make some money on that. That makes it worth the investment of this. Because it just got to be an expensive franchise to make.
Yeah.
Production.
All the licensing.
How much
and
was
a lot of licensing,
how much was a Guitar Hero with the guitar? Was it 60 still, or how much was
No, it was. Whenever I got mine was well after the fact of it, being popular. I got Guitar Hero 2, and it was a guitar in the game, and it was like $120, and I'm pretty sure that was on sale.
Yeah. My buddy had recently he had found like an old PlayStation, like going through some of his storage of his cousins, and he went to Nerdvana and bought a guitar and Guitar Hero 2.
I've thought about that recently, but I don't want to get sucked back into that hole of addiction.
So does Activision? Do they own Toys for Bob and Vicarious Visions? So both of them are under that umbrella. I would love for them to give some of their properties, especially rare, like Banjo-Kazooie, Conkers.
Oh, they can mix and match whoever they want now.
That's the really exciting part of all this, is that we may get to see some properties come back from other Microsoft properties come back in different ways.
Toys for Bob is a really exciting one because I would be fine with them making a sequel to Crash 4 or whatever it may be. But also, like you said, Banjo, they could take that and they can make it awesome, especially with Rare seemingly not being attached to it anymore. That does... It's a lot of interesting things going on with these different studios and the properties that they own.
Do you think there's any negatives in this acquisition?
Yeah, I wanted to lead off with
positive.
The positives there, but I definitely am. I'm fearful of how much control Microsoft now has.
Yeah,
especially on the multiplayer space. I worry it could lead to EA-like things where they get a little too much power, and then they can control how you get these games.
Well, it's almost like we're going to be in a scarcity of AAA third-party games.
Right.
You still got your Ubisoft and EAs, but it's getting slimmer out there as far as that, because either they're falling one way or the other. They're mostly falling towards Microsoft. There's a few that's fell towards Sony, but
yeah, I don't think Sony's going to change their strategy. They're going to be, I mean, they kind of have to go harder on the single player narrative games, which I love. And I love that they are that niche. But all of a sudden, Sony kind of feels like a niche. Where they used it's just a week ago, they were the headline, the majority
biggest selling console.
Right? I mean, they still are.
Yeah,
they still are the biggest install base, other than PC, but consoles. But all of a sudden, they seem like they're on the ropes, and that's what concerns me. I like it when it's even, and they don't. It doesn't feel even anymore.
Well, it's that competition that keeps it going, but now it's kind of they're pulling ahead. It almost reminds me of watching a Rocky movie,
right?
And you see Rocky get pummeled for rounds after rounds, and all of a sudden he is the strongest person in the world, and he comes back swinging. That's what Microsoft's doing.
Spider-Man exclusive, bam!
Yeah.
Spider-Man exclusive on Marvel's Avengers, bam! And then Microsoft comes back with buying Bethesda and just knocks out.
We will buy it.
Knocks out Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
We'll buy Bethesda with a good shovel hook, and then wait till our haymaker comes, where we buy Activision-Blizzard.
But Sony,
that was the haymaker for sure.
But Sony has to have. I mean, they're going to have to start putting stuff out because Xbox will get to the point where they have big games almost if not every month, quarterly, big AAA games.
Yeah.
The PlayStation homers have been arguing, Microsoft's just buying everything. And to this point, I argued. I was like, they want to have their own thing. Like that when Xbox was losing, it was they don't have any games. They don't have any games. As soon as they start getting games, there's this whole other narrative. This moment is like, okay, they did just buy. This is something they just bought, successful properties, and I feel like Bethesda needed it. But Activision needed it from a political standpoint. They were crashing in that front, but their games are still selling.
Vanguard was the number one for December.
Right.
Selling,
despite whatever, you may think of it, they sell well.
They sell, yeah.
But Bethesda was in a little bit of a darker place, and it felt like they almost helped them out by buying them.
I did see this week that Call of Duty may not be a yearly installment going forward, and that's exciting.
I really like that.
That's really exciting because I feel like I fall off the multiplayer just because I know that one's coming right around the corner.
And how much can you change in a year? And then how many times can you switch back from World War II to Modern War? Right. Like, dude, just take your time. I'll make a good game. I mean, I'm sure every gamer has thought, take your time, make a good game.
I agree. But I think the exciting thing with it not being yearly, is they can go back to it just being Treyarch and Infinity Ward making the games, and let Raven do what they want to do. They used to make really good games, like the Wolverine. The movie was terrible. Good game.
Oh, the Wolverine Origins game?
Yeah, very good game.
Fun game, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But they can make some really interesting stuff. They've done a lot of stuff with the Marvel type stuff, and I bet you Marvel wants to work with Microsoft a lot more now.
Yeah, but that's been going through my head all week, like just the possibilities, and it's all pure speculation. We don't really know, what's going to happen, and Phil Spencer probably likes these games, and he'll talk about it, but it won't move the needle for the company, and they'll probably choose not to. Like they I just looked up a list. They've acquired like a bunch of like Soldier of Fortune. Do you remember that?
Oh
it's
yeah.
Like an old. They also, which one of my favorite racing games. Don't like racing games. One of my favorite racing games was Blur. They acquired it.
Oh,
I forgot it even existed, dude.
I forgot about Blur.
Yeah, they got Candy Crush, so that's money right there.
I didn't know Activision owned King.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
They got Gun.
Really?
The Western?
That's
Gun.
weird to me. I still think that is...
Yeah.
Because Rockstar made that, right?
No.
No.
I thought that was a prequel to...
No, that was Red Dead Revolver. That was...
They didn't spin Red Dead Revolver into Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, but that's a different game than Gun.
Oh, but I thought Gun was in that same series. It feels so much like
It does feel like it does. But
King's Quest, which a lot of people like. I mean, I never played it.
King's Quest.
Where is our Spyro?
Pitfall.
We need our new Spyro game. We got our new Crash. Now we need a new Spyro.
Yeah, that feels the most likely because they want a mascot. A family mascot.
They also got True Crime.
There's a lot of games. I don't think we're going to see most of those games.
We'll not see most of them.
Some things are just going to go on the shelf. But the ones that really have staying power in terms of visually, something they can keep putting on ads like Spyro and Crash, those are, I almost guarantee they will be back soon. I think a big question for me right now is when do these games start coming to Game Pass?
Well, when is the deal finalized? That's
I don't know. Everything I've heard is that sometime in the summer is whenever they'll be able to move forward with that. But next year is when it'll be like truly finalized.
Well, I figured that once they reach that deal, it'll be like the little press conference like they did with Bethesda, and then they'll announce the Game Pass drop.
Bethesda games came before it like officially went all the way through.
That's what I'm like. Hopefully they'll do it with this one because I want to play. I mean, I already bought Diablo 2 and 3. So.
Well, I haven't bought Diablo 2, and that's really the one. Like, I like Activision games as much as I don't like the company. I've bought all of their games recently. That's the one that I skipped on just because it was busy then. But I am excited to hop into that one on Game Pass.
But I do think that with this acquisition, with this that they're acquiring this, I think Sony has to rethink because it's been leaked that they were doing a Game Pass kind of deal.
Yeah.
But they wasn't going to do day one games, I
don't think they said they weren't, but everyone kind of assumed they weren't. It just seemed like a step too far.
They had to do something here. I mean, it's going to have to be something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I expect everything to be day one, and I don't know if they have the infrastructure to support that. But we'll see. That's a lot to sort out, and we'll track it as it goes and talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Things that come out with it.
So do you want to talk about what we've been playing this week?
Yeah. I wanted to lead the episode with that, but... bigger news happened.
Yeah, I kind of got antsy. Yeah. I wanted to talk about it.
No, I've been waiting for that all week too. But what's everybody been playing? I got a lot to talk about on that front.
Me? Let's start with Eric. Let's go with Eric.
Okay, yeah, I've only been playing one big game this week. I shelved it when it first came out. I hadn't really played it much, but I picked up Far Cry 6. Been playing it most of the week. Probably about 7 or 8 hours this week into it. Haven't done a whole lot. Just been kind of exploring. I mean, I love the game. Everything feels good, but it's not nothing that stands out. And that's the problem with this game. It doesn't stand out.
My favorite parts of the game are the small parts of the game, like when you're driving and there's a song comes on
and she starts singing with it.
Singing with it. That's like my favorite parts of the game. Like, and then I love the Spanish. I mean, I love hearing Spanish anyway. Yeah. So like when they start.
The world Spanish, it is a very beautiful world, and like all the characters are pretty fun.
Giancarlo Esposito.
I haven't seen him. The opening act, I saw him, and then I haven't seen him. I mean, I haven't been doing a whole lot of main missions.
That's how the game is.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's
they positioned him as
he's in the
everything.
Cutscenes. He's like the main guy, and it's basically like a conquer area.
Like all the other, every other Far Cry.
Every other Far Cry is like you got to beat their bosses to get to them, and he's just in the cutscenes when you beat their bosses. And it's like, how are you supposed to build a character? Like when you play Borderlands 2, you hear Handsome Jack every 5 minutes,
right? Yeah.
And you come to hate his character pretty quickly. But
he feels ever present in the game.
Yes,
I'll agree. I only played about 4 hours of Far Cry. Giancarlo did not feel present in that game at all. Like you said, I only saw the cutscene on the boat that we saw in the trailers. Other than that, he wasn't present. I should have gave it more time because I love Far Cry. Like I even love 5, which a lot of people didn't. I don't know. Maybe it was just the timing of it. I couldn't really settle into that open world. Like it wasn't clicking for me. But eventually, I'm sure I'll go back to it.
Yeah, it's been one I've just kind of picked up and. I'm not just hunting missions and stuff. I've just been kind of doing what's close by, walking to the next one, driving.
That's the best way to be.
But yeah, it's a good action game. Like it's nothing I would give a 10 to or anything. But it's fun while there's nothing else out right now.
We need those games though to fill the void. You got to have those 8s that.
It's a little too big. I think it's
I'd say that about most Far Cry games since 3.
Well, most Ubisoft. Well, I think Odyssey was the last Ubisoft game I really.
Well, yeah, but even that world,
it was too big.
It was too big. There was a lot of areas that I didn't visit, even though I played 50 hours of that game.
Yeah, same here. It's just like when you're done like doing story games, and for me, Forza game, like, and you want to just shoot something. Far Cry 6 is the B action movie that you need.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I can watch Scorsese's all day, but sometimes you just need a B-level film with Steven Seagal.
It's a little above Steven Seagal. It feels like
it is above Steven Seagal.
It's like almost Die Hard, but not that good.
Yeah,
that's what Far Cry games feel like to me.
But yeah, I haven't been just hunting collectibles, but if I see one close by, I'll kind of go get it.
Yeah.
But besides that, I downloaded Banjo-Kazooie on the Switch online because I'm paying for it. I might as well see what the new stuff. They put one game out a month, so I might as well see what it is.
What would you estimate? Like, how many times would you estimate you beat that game?
At least 8. At least 8.
I thought it'd be higher than that, honestly.
No, yeah, I've played the hell out of it. But
before we move to more what we've been playing. I want to know, what is the game you've beat the most in your life, and how many times you think it was?
Oh,
I think, man, mine maybe Banjo-Kazooie.
8 is your most? Oh, man. I'll go ahead. You think on it, Cole. I probably beat Borderlands 2 30 times.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I played every class, all 6, including the 2 DLC characters.
Yeah.
And there's 3 playthroughs there's regular, True Vault Hunter mode and Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. And I definitely did all 3 for those. And I did it on 2 different consoles, too. I did it on the 360 and then on the Xbox One. So it's definitely close to 30 times I beat that game.
And I'd say Paper Mario on the Nintendo 64. I filled out every save file. There's only 4, but I did always had the 4 were already full and they've already had beaten. So I was like, I got to delete one and start over. So that one's probably right there with it.
Another game that I probably beat the most is Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Because I had
American Wasteland surprises me.
Yeah, when I was a kid, like I missed Underground. My cousins had Underground. I didn't have it, and then my stepmom bought. She doesn't know nothing about games. For Christmas one year, she got me American Wasteland, and I was like, okay. Played it, dude. That's all I used to play when I go over there. Put on like a CD and just play that game, listen to music the whole time. And dude, I probably beat it like I don't know how many times, but I beat it a lot.
See, Underground would be the one for me. Tony Hawk's Underground. Like of the Tony Hawk games, I beat that one a lot. Yeah. I love that first game, and the second one's good too. But the first one's the one I remember. Oh, what I've been playing. A lot of Game Pass, ironically, after we talked about it. Nobody Saves the World. I've been playing a ton of that game.
That was released this week.
Yeah, it came out this week. And I've been excited for it because I love isometric games. And I thought it was a roguelike, but it's not at all. I don't know where I got that impression from. And I like it better for not being. Because it's got a good, like, you don't get stressed out when you're going into these dungeons, which are awesome. They're like, I've replayed the same dungeon 6 or 7 times. It is procedurally generated to some extent. When you go into these dungeons, they'll rearrange where you're going through them and everything. So there's a lot of replayability with it. But it's so, I mean, I don't know that I recommend it to you, Eric, because you, like, it kind of feels like a mobile game.
Yeah.
But a really, really, really good mobile game when you're playing it. It's really good looking for that style. They made it simple so that they could do all these different forms that you turn into. So you start out as this husk, basically. Just he looks kind of like a dude, but he's just like a white, poorly drawn character. And you can't do anything. You got this weak little punch, and you don't even fight anything as that character before you find this wand that turns you into a rat. And that's your first form that you're actually fighting with. And the rat kind of sucks. At the beginning, it sucks. It ends up being pretty good once you level him up. There's all these challenges you have to do with each character. And as you do the challenges, you level up that character. And there's a branching thing that you can see what'll come next. And once you unlock the next one, you can see what'll be after that. And that's really addictive to go through. After the rat, there's an egg. You can play as a straight up just an egg, which sucks on purpose because there's the hidden things in the world are... Well, one of them at least is these nests, and when you see these nests, if you don't have the egg unlocked, you're like, oh, I got to come back when I get the egg, and that's satisfying. You sit on, or you go to that nest, and a bird will land on you and basically incubate you, and that's your challenge for the egg, which is silly as hell. But most of them don't work like that. Most of them are just, you get them, they have different abilities, you use those abilities, and as you do challenges, you level them up. And that's really the loop. That's what it is. You go in these dungeons, and there is some cute narrative storytelling and everything, but I just been addicted to seeing the challenges pop and then seeing what comes next. So I've probably played 6 or 7 hours of that at least. Also beat the Pedestrian, which came to Game Pass.
What do you think about that?
Man, I wanted to love this game. Beat Gorogoa, which came a little bit before.
See, yeah, I beat that one too.
Yeah, and I love that game. That game is an amazing puzzle game. Not frustrating in the least to me. And the way it did it was clever. Pedestrian is a neat idea. You're playing a stick character, for those that don't know.
I played the...
Cole, you haven't seen this one much, have you?
No.
You're playing a stick character that you're basically going through signs in this world. You're basically in, I guess it's supposed to be New York City.
Yeah.
And as you go from sign to sign and go all over the city, but the puzzle mechanic of it is that you're connecting these signs with lines. And you walk up these lines. It'll be on. I got the video that should be popped up right now while I'm talking about it because it's hard to explain. But after you do it the first time, every time after that, it just feels like
it gets a little harder than
But, I mean, it does.
It challenges up, but you're still doing the basic walk into the next door.
I'll say it felt like it was going to be more creative than that.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what it is drawing those lines and figuring out which way it will connect without cutting off the other line, which will reset you. I don't know. It's like a 6 for me.
Well, I'm at. What'd you about Nobody Saves the World? What would you? I mean, are you too early to give that?
I think I'm far enough to say that it's definitely like an 8. It isn't. It's doing enough unique things that definitely pulls me back, and I love a game that carrot on the stick. You know, like there's this challenge that I can do with this character, and I'll pop over, and there's a challenge here. Anything where I'm doing that, like Forza, where I always feel rewarded for the minute things I'm doing, that I'm gonna like it. But I wouldn't give it higher than a 6 just because like. It feels, like I said, like a mobile game to some extent. But I'd recommend it to you, Cole. And I think, Eric, you should check it out.
Yeah, the crazy thing about the review scores is it's been from anywhere from a 6 to a 9. Really,
Right.
like I've seen it. It's been very back and forth.
It's truly about what kind of gamer you are. Like if you just like doing these small things and enjoy the moment to moment, satisfaction of that. But if you're looking for some elevated, higher thing to happen, it's not going to happen. You're just going to keep doing these small things. Cole, what have you been playing?
I've been playing, so not much this week, but last week, Eric got me Persona 5 Royal for Christmas. And I booted it up last week. And, dude, I've been playing the hell out of that game. Like, I've been I looked up 3 different, on my phone, I have 3 different tabs open for, like, walkthroughs and confidants, shit like that, because I want to get everything I can the first playthrough. And I know that it's impossible, but I'm going to try. And then I've also been playing a lot of Forza. Those are the 2 games I've played the most. I've downloaded Death's Door and Danganronpa, because they're both on Game Pass. So I'll eventually get to those, but I've been playing Forza and Persona 5.
I am surprised by you liking Persona that much. I'm glad. I'm really glad, because it is one of those series that I think deserves its credit. Personally, I like it, but I hate turn-based games. I just, no matter how much I want to like them, that's what pushes me away, is that I don't get excited for whatever combat is coming next.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful game with so much charm, and all of the characters are likable, but it just wasn't enough to hold me into it.
See, that's what I've always said. Like, I hate turn-based games. And then I'll play something like Octopath, where I really like that. And I think it's mostly the art style. And then I play Persona 5, and I'm like, I really love the art style of this one. Plus, you get, like, extra shots, stuff like that, You can't be just, like, one shot and then he gets a shot. Like, oh, man, I get so annoyed and bored with that. But this one's not like that, so that's why I kind of think I like it.
It's really ironic that I say I hate turn-based games, because card games are some of my favorite games, like Monster Train.
Yeah, that is.
Slay the Spire. But I don't know, something about that is good to me. I just don't like the side-by-side seeing this character standing there in this anime.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't work for me. But I appreciate that it is a classic form of, of combat in games.
Yeah. There's also another game that we've all 3 kind of played a little bit of that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that one big. We'll close the episode with that one. You want to just go ahead and get into it?
Yeah,
we could do it.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yes.
Came out this week, and
perfect game for us 3, because it's a 3-player team game, and we don't have to play with a random or get one of our other friends to come in.
Although last night me and Cole played, and it didn't put a random in there, and we were able to finish an incursion by ourselves.
So I was the dead weight.
No, I think they went easy on us.
Yeah. Right, yeah. But no, we slowed down and stealthed it, because I was like, I'm ready for hit the fan.
At this time, I have 5 operators that are not able to be played.
Oh, we got them all. I got all my operators back. I have only one that's injured right now.
I'm excited to get back on it. I've probably played the least so far, but I do really enjoy it.
Yeah. I was worried that when I got on last night, I was like, I'm worried because I already had 4 operators injured and 1 MIA, and I was like, Merle, I think they're going to have it to where we're not going to be able to play.
They definitely have a system in place. If you lose all your operators, you're going to have a chance to get them back.
And guess what? We never had to find
the game.
Yeah, we never had to find out because it works. I thought it wasn't going to work at first, and now it works. Like,
I was pretty sure that all my operators would be gone. I was going to click on it one day, and it's like, no, Game Pass has removed this for you. You don't need to play this game anymore.
But it really is. I'll be honest. I had very little hype for this game. I'm a massive Siege fan. All of us are huge Siege fans. But it felt just like an add-on for the most time.
DLC.
Yeah. And when they delayed it, I kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, come on, just release it already and get it over with. But I think the delay helped it it's a really solid game. I'm not saying it changed the world. It didn't set the world on fire or nothing.
But also, the characters are there from Siege.
Right.
We all played Siege. And so, like, in the stuff in the lore and stuff, like, I love Thermite. Eric loves Ella. So we love these characters more, and we're connected to them already.
I do wonder if someone doesn't have any attachment to Siege and they get in there, how does it feel for them? Because from what I played and trying to look at it that way, I think you might like it even more.
Yeah.
Because part of it being such a Siege guy with I probably have nearly 2,000 hours on that game. I have to be honest about.
Yeah.
But
hey, it's a circle. We can share here.
Yeah, it's okay. We won't judge you too harshly.
It's intervention is what this is. But it almost feels corny at times to me. I'm loving the game, like I said, but the fact that I've seen them in Siege for so long, this feels just kind of like
it's like
an add-on, like I said, but done well.
An arcade version of it.
Right.
And I'll make this comparison to Forza again. It's Forza Horizons.
Oh, yeah. The challenges that you're constantly looking at. I do wish there was a little more to that, like headshot challenges and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wish there were more challenges.
They're doing it well with the progression.
Yeah, it's better than I thought it was going to be. I guess I could like it better than getting the random packs that you do in Siege. I guess at least you know what you're getting.
Yeah, and and we're not far in it. Me and Merle just unlocked San Francisco last night, and then we didn't play it after that. So
progression isn't too grindy. I mean, it takes a bit to get to the next level and everything, but
you're not gonna
a lot worse than other games. I tell you.
Oh yeah,
you're not gonna play one game as an operator and rank them up unless you're just like the beast of all beasts.
Right. Well, you could put it on a higher difficulty and I'd go faster and everything, but we're playing.
On easy. We're playing we were like. In the game that we played with just two, I was Pulse, and I don't have his gun unlocked yet. I only have a shotgun. So I was just basically pistoling him the whole time. And we stealthed like the first two areas. And then the second area, I died. Or the third area, I died.
I died every time I played.
And completed the game. So,
well, I'll ask y'all this. It was shown at E3 as well as Back for Blood. And I feel like for me, and I think a lot of people in the industry, there's a comparison between the two.
Well, yeah, it's definitely that.
Yeah, it's that genre.
First person.
Left 4 Dead-like genre. Which this one is more tactical, and it's definitely harder to make that connection. Like, Back 4 Blood is Left 4 Dead. Like, it's a spiritual successor.
Not as good Left 4 Dead, but it's...
Exactly. But you could throw them in the same genre. What are your thoughts? Like, which one would you prefer to have?
See, I prefer Extraction just because I like the tactical, coming at it in a tactical way, in a strategic way.
Yeah.
And it's slower, a little slower, and it's not just so in your face, everything running at you stuff. I mean, you got to think about what you're doing.
There's time to process what's happening.
Back 4 Blood, it feels like I'm just in there and it's chaos from the moment you hit start.
Yeah. I like Extraction better too. I will say that when you're playing Extraction, you think, oh, this is just it has tones of like a more fun Siege, but when you fight a character that shoots the spikers or whatever, your health goes fast.
Oh yeah, very fast.
And like it's pretty hard, even on the like for me. I mean, I'm sure there's people.
I know I got left out for bait to guard one of the objectives, and 2 bombers ran in, and I was done after that.
Well, I want to play the other side of it, but I do like Extraction better too. But I think it's closer for me because Back 4 Blood is more adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
Like constantly. I think that's the negative though, is that it's constantly adrenaline pumping.
It's like when you get done playing that, you're exhausted.
Yeah, exactly. This
you're redlining it the whole time.
Back 4 Blood, what takes it down for me is the frustration level is much higher for me. I don't
Yeah.
feel like it's always my fault that we lost our fault that we lost a turn on that. Whereas like Siege is like, we should have snuck. You know, like we did something wrong here.
Yeah.
Like, it feels more fair to me.
I feel like it's more punishing, but it's almost the same. Like when we beat those 3, when we finally did all 3, it was like winning a ranked game in Siege.
Oh,
I was like, dude, this is awesome.
So
it was rewarding.
You don't need to say that because now I'll be back on it all the time.
Yeah. No, it definitely has that feeling though, that satisfaction of we did it, but not to the degree of Siege. I don't have any feeling that it's going to replace Siege, but it's a good filler when I want that kind of gameplay, but I don't feel like the competition of it. Anything else you want to say on that? I do want to say I've seen a lot of talk about this being heavily supported by Ubi. They want to, kind of like they did with the Crew 2 and For Honor, they're going to give it DLC and support it for years to come.
Great.
And that really makes me excited. People really rag on Ubisoft as a company, and for some of it, they deserve it.
Deserved, yeah.
But as far as putting out things and supporting games and doing a variety of content, I think they deserve their credit.
Am I crazy in saying I think they do it better than any other AAA studio?
Oh yeah, as far as the independent ones.
So how long have they been supporting Siege at this point?
Oh yeah, since 2015.
So
and
yeah.
What about
years.
For Honor? There's got to be like 10
Right.
people that play that, and they still I mean,
Well, you've angered all the For Honor fans.
geez, please don't
They definitely
threaten
don't
to
just.
slash me with a sword. I'll shoot you in the face.
They definitely don't put things out to die, and I appreciate that about them. Yeah, I want to do a video.
Sorry, I just
There are definitely some For Honor fans
threatened people. Yeah, I don't know why I did
that
that.
carry swords around. in public.
Now they have a lawsuit against you. You've threatened all of
Yeah,
them.
well, they're the people that we see in school, and you're like, yeah, don't get near that guy.
Yeah. For Honor's a fine game.
I mean, if you don't wash your hair.
God.
Officially an anti-For Honor podcast.
I just hate For Honor because I've tried it and I'm awful at it.
No, it always looked like a cool game to me, but I never really got into it. I want us to eventually do a publisher breakdown, and kind of assess where they are right now.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Especially now that Activision's been bought, we could kind of break down where they are during this deal. Okay, so to close the show, I thought I would bring in a special segment. And maybe it sticks, maybe it doesn't. Y'all can let me know how you like it.
Also, I thought you were going to say special guest. I was really excited.
I was like, where is Phil Spencer?
Phil Spencer!
Phil Spencer comes in. No, it's the creator of For Honor. He comes in here.
With a sword.
It's a big giant guy with a sword. Well, what the did you say earlier?
But no, the segment I thought of, I have a smooth brain, okay? I got a big stupid brain.
Big smooth brain
Big
boy.
stupid smooth brain. And whenever I'm playing games, I get the most random thoughts. So I thought this segment could be Random Thoughts with Merle.
Okay.
Some that I collected this week. We'll just do one every week. But this one came
Don't
to mind.
deprive us of us.
Yeah,
of
now I want all of them.
thoughts. Yeah.
I'm trying to decide which one I want to do first. All right, I'll go with this one. So, random thought that popped in my head.
All right.
Are Wario and Waluigi also plumbers? And if so, is that why they hate Mario and Luigi?
See,
Are they competition?
Are they the
See, I
competition?
was a nerdy kid. I got on the Mario wiki all the time and read all their biographies and stuff.
you got the answer.
Wario's a fan. He's just a Mario fan. And that's all he was never a plumber. He just started dressing like Mario.
So wait, Wario and Waluigi aren't related?
I don't know Waluigi's story.
Waluigi's an
Waluigi
enigma.
is an enigma.
Yeah.
Exactly. He comes from a dark, unknown continent.
But
He's just-
like Wario is just a super fan of Mario.
That's awesome.
And I'd
So
rather
he's
him
the
be
first
a
hater.
plumber.
I would too. Yeah, I would too.
So Wario's the first hater.
At this point, I don't even think Mario's a plumber. Where
Not
does he have the
anymore.
time
He's a
to-
doctor sometimes. He's a carpenter.
Okay, first of all, who goes from plumber to doctor? What school did you go to, sir?
This man is an entrepreneur. He built something for himself. And
Well,
Peach still
and
won't
sometimes
really
he
give him the
dresses
time of
up-
day.
No, she didn't choose anybody.
So first of all, Mario, he goes from plumber to doctor, rags to riches, and then back to rags because he dresses like a cat.
Well, he also
And a squirrel.
robs Mushroom Kingdom. He takes
yeah.
all their
That's
coins.
true. Yeah. What's he doing with all those coins?
We should do a podcast. Is Mario the bad guy?
He might be.
Is he?
Is he the bad
But no, Wario is just a super fan, and I don't know his relation to Waluigi, which is even worse. I don't.
Waluigi,
know.
I mean, he's the serial killer out of all of them.
If there was a serial killer, it's him.
He's
Yeah.
misunderstood. We love Waluigi.
We do love him.
I do love that video. That video of him that some fan made of him being in Smash.
Oh, so good.
Oh, it was a good video.
That was the biggest letdown, I think. I'm glad that Sora got in, and I would have replaced anybody but Sora. But my God, give Waluigi a chance in Smash. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, don't make him just a character that pops in for a second.
And swat you with a tennis racket.
Well, I think that'll do it.
Yep.
Random Thoughts with Merlin. Thank you for listening to the Absurdly Nerd podcast. We'll be back next Wednesday for another episode.